Welcome to Sosua 101, the freshman guide to this incredible city located on the North Coast. My name's Danny. I'll be your instructor for this lesson. I've lived in Sosua for over 7 years. I own and operate a beach bar on Playa Sosua. I've listened to and consulted just about every war story you could possibly ever imagine as it relates to this town, and there's a lot of them. There's two versions of this video. You're watching the public version where I have to keep things a little bit clean. Go over to our Patreon site and join Whiskey and Rum Pro and watch the unfiltered version of this where we roll up our sleeves and explore those topics that I can't get into publicly on YouTube. If you're coming down here looking for chicks, watch that video. The $6 it costs you to become a pro member, it's well worth it. You'll thank me later, I promise you. So without further ado, welcome to Sosua Dominican Republic 101 entry-level freshman class, anything and everything you need to know about this city. Veterans, you guys that have been out prowling these streets for years, you have a role to play in this video also. Together, we can leave a trail of breadcrumbs for our fellow travelers via the comment section. Fill it. If I miss out on some information, put it in the comment section. If I'm wrong about something, correct it in the comment section. If something happens months after this video is published, correct it in the comment section. Your input is extremely valuable, and it's part of the reason I do these videos.
I got you.
I'm going to start off by giving you guys a little bit of a lesson in geography about Sosua. This is important because some of you guys come down here looking for this. Some of you guys come down here looking for this. And those of you that do come here looking for this don't want to see any of this. So we need to choose our hotel wisely. We can either be right in the middle of the action or we can be in a more family inclusive setting. But to understand this, we need to know the lay of the land. So let's jump over to Google Maps, my favorite thing on the planet, and let me explain how Sosua works to you guys. Okay, bottom left-hand corner is Cabarete. And then as we work our way up, you've got Sosua. And then on the far right-hand side, that's Puerto Plata. The distance between these, probably 30 miles in between Puerto Plata and Cabarete. No 4-lane highway, only a 2-lane road, Route 5, stretches all along the North Coast. On that subject, if it's your first time coming here, you've got no business renting a vehicle. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know they drive like absolute lunatics here. I mean, worse than any place in the world that I've ever been. So skip the rental car counter and use a taxi. That includes scooters, motorcycles, and four-wheelers also. Don't get involved in any of that nonsense during your first few trips here. All right, so now I'm going to zoom in and we're going to look directly at Sosua. Here we go. Right there. That's your hot zone. That's where most of those videos are produced and shot. That, my friends, is the strip right there. So some of you are absolutely horrified by those YouTube clips. Others of you, well, you're frantically booking plane tickets. The point that I'm trying to make here is most of those YouTube clips are shot within a 3-block radius of downtown Sosua. The rest of the area isn't like that. In fact, it's pretty calm and resorty. And as I zoom out here, you're going to notice how small of an area that is. Now, this is important. If you're coming into town, you want to find love in all the wrong places, you want to stay as close to that strip as possible. If you're coming into town, you want to avoid that nonsense, you've got a lot of choices. I'm going to switch this over to Google Maps. Okay, Rumba Bar, Casa Valeria, Captain Bailey's, Coral Reef Casino. That would be your golden triangle. That area is the strip. It's going to be hot and heavy pretty much every single afternoon and every single night. Family of 4, that's also your area to avoid. Guys, let's start off with you. And like I said, we want to stay as close to the strip as possible. My highest recommendation for a hotel would be Casa Valeria. Good bar, good restaurant, clean rooms, good staff, no problems with guests. Number 2 on my list is the Sosua Inn. Again, fantastic property. Really nice rooms, great staff, no problems with the guest. Really great restaurant downstairs called Bailey's where you can get everything from an espresso to, we better leave that alone. All right, third hotel, the Palms. A more budget-friendly option, but still checks all the boxes to make this list. Good security, clean rooms, friendly management, guest-friendly, and within striking distance of the Strip. And there's plenty more in this radius, but that gives you the general vicinity of where you want to stay, at least for your first trip. All of the hotels located on that map are within walking distance of grocery stores, convenience stores, liquor stores, the Strip, and Playa Sosua. Now remember, this is a freshman guide, so I'm just giving you a small little sample. There's other districts and there's a ton of other hotels. But I'm telling you, on your first few trips, stay as close to the Strip as possible. And as always, check the reviews. Read 15 of the most recent reviews on any hotel before you book it. Okay, so for those of you who wish to avoid the world's oldest profession, relax. Like I said, basically all of that is confined to the downtown section of Sosua. The rest of the North Coast looks like this. And there's plenty of places for you to stay where you're not going to run into that nighttime activity. And as usual, I'm going to be brutally honest. Look, if I've got a couple of friends coming down, they don't want to see any of that nonsense downtown, I'm going to tell them to stay in Cabarete. And I know a lot of my friends in Sosua are going to go, whoa, 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 whoa. Honestly, if you're coming down, you want to spend 4 nights here, book a room in Cabarete, bring a taxi down to Playa Sosua during the day, go back to Cabarete at night, have dinner on the beach, and you'll have a fabulous time on the North Coast. There's hotels for every budget. Most of them are going to have an ocean view. I'm going to put some of my favorites down in the description of this video. Sosua guys, I'll put hotels down there for you guys also. But Cabaret's pretty easy. Again, just check the reviews. The last 15 reviews normally tell the story. And this is probably the geographic area that you want to stay in. Now, Kite Beach and Encuentro have some good hotels. The Surf Lodge down at Encuentro is incredible, but they're a little bit harder to get in and out of as far as grabbing taxis. Staying right downtown Cabarete, everything's in walking distance again. You've got ATMs, you've got grocery stores, liquor stores, convenience stores, you name it. I'll be the first to admit, in the evening hours, I like Cabarete better than Sosua. But during the day, there's no better beach in the Caribbean than Playa Sosua. So some of you may want to stay in Sosua. Here's an option for you. And believe it or not, I wouldn't have given this recommendation 2 years ago, but they've done some remodeling. I've heard some pretty good reports. The Casa Marina, located downtown Sosua, all-inclusive, not guest-friendly. That's the key point. You're not going to see a lot of independent girls walking around the property. Your next option would be renting one of the condos, maybe at Hispaniola or at Infinity Blue. Those are also a safe option. And that brings us directly to the rental villas. This is another good option, and unfortunately for me, again, we've got both camps of travelers that I have to discuss this with. So we're going to start off with the solo male travelers. You got a group of guys, you want to come down to Sosua and you want to party. You want to hit it hard. Which development should I rent a villa in? The honest answer to this is any of them, as long as it's not next door to me. I'll hang with you guys all weekend long, but come Tuesday, I'm ready to sleep. Turn the damn music down. There's 2 different communities, Casa Linda, Residential Hispaniola, that you're primarily going to be looking at. Residential Hispaniola is closer to town. You can actually stay up there without using a car. Casa Linda, they've got a free shuttle service that goes back and forth to Sosua and Cabarete from the community. Just beware. Some of these villas, you're going to be able to blast it all night. Others are going to be located next to some stodgy neighbor like me that's going to call security the second I hear music after 9:30 at night. Those of you who are interested in renting property and not having all-night parties, again, both of those communities I discussed are great options. Also, you can add in Sosua Ocean Village. Family-friendly, rent a villa with an amazing swimming pool, all three communities, gated security, controlled access, and if the villa next door to you is going insane, one call to security normally takes care of the problem. Or open a beer and go next door and party with them. Back to the map view, because I want to give you the most important information you're ever going to get off of any Sosua video. If you're coming into town, there's one block that you have to know about. So this is downtown Sosua again. We're looking at Dr. Rosen Boulevard. This is where the Casa Valeria is, which we spoke about earlier. It's also where the New Garden Hotel is. As we're walking down this street, you're going to see an ice cream store called Bon, and then directly across the street are two restaurants, El Conde and Mango Tropical. In front of those restaurants, you will notice three Dominican men, and they're going to be yelling, change, 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 change. If you have U.S. currency and you want to exchange it to Dominican pesos, they'll do it fast, easy, and safe. And I should also point out that these two restaurants, El Conde and Mango Tropical, completely safe for families, and the food's fantastic. And like I said, I like the change, guys. I know some people will go, you can get a way cheaper rate at, yeah, but I don't have to wait in line. These guys are always out in front. It's fast, convenient, and I feel pretty safe using them. Okay, we've stopped and exchanged our U.S. currency. What if you don't have U.S. currency? What if you need an ATM? Perfect. We're going to continue down Martinez on our right-hand side. We're going to see the Sosua Inn/Bailey's complex. Gentlemen, anytime after 1 p.m., I highly advise you to stop into Bailey's, grab some lunch, have a look around. The rest of you, two important things about this plaza. One is the bank located right next to it, Banco Popular. These are the safest ATMs in town. If you're in the Dominican Republic and you're going to pull an ATM card out, make sure you're putting it into a machine that is attached to a bank. Security cameras and security guards make it awful hard for anybody to attach a phishing device to the ATM machine and go on a spending spree on your dime. This street also has two cell phone stores, Claro and Altice. You can walk into either of these stores. I personally prefer Altice. Ask for a SIM card, hand them your passport, and within 5 minutes, you're going to be rolling with a Dominican SIM card, data, and loving life. As I said in the beginning of the video, Sosua is a walking town. You really don't need transportation if you're staying downtown Sosua. Everything is within a 6-block radius. But getting back and forth between the airport and downtown, going up to Cabarete for a day or an evening, which you definitely should, getting out and seeing some of the other areas, you're going to need a taxi. And when I say taxi, I mean taxi. This is your first time to the Dominican Republic. We're not going to play around with the public transportation, the carritos, the guaguas, none of that nonsense. I don't even want you in the cheap taxis. Get an official taxi. They have several official taxi stands in town. In fact, there's one right there in front of the casino, directly behind that white minivan. There's another one located right on the strip in front of Rumba/King Sports Bar. All of them, even the one at the airport, have this, a price list. It shows you exactly what they're going to charge you to get from that point to wherever you want to go. The other thing I'm going to tell you is that the drivers that work for the official taxi service, the medallion guys, they're all super nice. They're going to offer you a business card. Bam, now you've got a driver while you're in town. Nah, it's cool, I'll just use Uber. No, not in Sosua or Cabarete. They're not allowed to operate in most places of the North Coast at this point. Downtown Puerto Plata, you're in business. Any place else, rolling the dice. If one happens to drive by, they may pick you up. Arriving into the Dominican Republic at the airport, I probably should have started the video with this, but it does kind of tie into the transportation chapter. So, Arriving into the airport, first thing I want you to understand and keep this in the back of your mind. You're going to be excited. You're arriving. I can't wait to get out and start exploring. This is the point when you need to take a really big, deep breath. You're about ready to pass through customs and enter into the Dominican Republic. And things are different here than they are in North America. Your very first experience with this may be at the luggage carousel. Somebody may offer to assist you with your baggage. That's fine, but just be prepared. They're going to want to be compensated as soon as they get those bags out the airport for you. The other thing, and this just happened to a customer, if you have any issues with your baggage or any issues while you're moving through that airport, the first point of contact should be an airline representative. Even if you have to exit the airport and go back to the check-in counter, do that. The airline employees are most suitable to help you, and they're not going to try to extort any money from you. On that subject, as we walk out the door, you see all of these individuals? If you're looking for a taxi, find the guy in the yellow polo. Those are your official taxi drivers. And look at there. There's the rate card. No. Don't even think about using that place to exchange your cash. Never, ever at any airport. You're going to get the worst rate. All right, this. You don't know what this is? You better go watch my video on it. There's a link right there. You're going to need that to get into the country. Where do we go to drink? Well, anywhere on the strip. We're going to start from Dr. Rosen and walk down Pedro Clisante almost until the damn beach. That is your hunting grounds. Again, if you're trying to avoid the strip type atmosphere, this is the street you want to stay away from. There's plenty of other places away from this area that are going to be much more suitable for you in the evening hours. All right, boys, it's your first night in town. Where do you go? What do you do? This is the daytime view because I want you to be able to get your bearings. Just imagine this at night, loaded with people. On my left is Kings/Rumbas. This probably is your first destination. Across the street on the right, you're going to see Bar Central. You're going to see a couple German bars. You're going to see Merengue Bar. You're going to see the now closed Clásicos. Doesn't matter. In front of all of those establishments, the sidewalk's going to be packed. Let's just put it that way. If we continue walking down Pedro Clisante towards the beach, on our right-hand side, we're going to come up on Fat Jesse's Barbecue. If you're hungry, stop in, grab some ribs. Keep walking down towards the beach. We're finally going to come up on the Coral Reef Casino and a large Italian restaurant. Upstairs above the Italian restaurant is Mix. That's a great place to grab some cigars. Follow the curve on the way to the beach. Over to your left, you're going to see Flip Flop Sports Bar. Continue down past Flip Flop, and you're going to end up right on Playa Sosua. It's that easy. And if you keep walking down the beach, about midpoint of the beach, you're going to come across one of the most amazing beach bars you've ever seen in your entire life. That's my bar, Malibu's, number 109. So that's it. You guys are ready to come into town and make your mark. No, not even close, because we haven't talked about the pickpockets up on the strip, we haven't talked about the scam artists, and we haven't talked about the numerous ways that this newfound love in your life is going to extract every penny out of your pocket and everything of value out of your hotel room. We cover all of that in the pro video. I urge you, if this is one of your first trips into Sosua, there's the link, click it, thank me later. For those of you traveling with families, looking at real estate down here, go back, watch my previous videos. Those are for you guys. They highlight the best restaurants, the best activities, and most of it is family friendly. All right, kids, that's enough for our 101 entry-level class into Sosua. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button, hit notifications, follow this channel. It's incredible. Why wouldn't you? Signing off into the sunset, Danny, Malibu's, whiskey and rum. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.